Right now, though, come on now. This is all so serious. Let's take a fond look back at the week that was. It's time for Cow Clips of the Week.
And I know, and myself too, and I know that comes from a place of privilege.
Go home, Jacob, go home! Go home, Jacob, go home! Shame, 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 shame!
Well, I understand clearly the sentiment and the substance behind the slogan. And so while it's not a slogan I'll use...
It still appears to be rare that an asymptomatic individual actually transmits onward.
For the first time in his life, Mitt Romney tasted pepper. More of a salt guy. Or alternatively, no seasoning at all. The characters like Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam will no longer carry guns. That's right, from now on, it's all poisoning.
Saving you! Let me save you! Thank you.
Honor George and make the necessary changes that make law enforcement the solution and not the problem.
You won't let me talk. I got the money. Push.
Yes, a couple things we have to get to this hour. We need to revisit several of the best things on the new country in Seattle.
Chaz or Antifa Stan?
Chaz, it's a new nation.
Yes. Not Chaz Bono, by the way.
So we've got that whole thing and then a description of what it is with completely... It's either a block party or a violent takeover of a city, depending on who you ask.
And will end in horror. But a couple of follow-up thoughts to Cow, if I might. Number one, that chant of shame, shame, shame. Was that my inner monologue you somehow taped, Sean?
No, that was after the Minneapolis mayor got chastised for not supporting the fully abolishing the police, and they said, "Go home, Jacob, go home." Okay. At some point, the chant pivoted to shame, which fabulous. I had to include because it's the Game of Thrones.
Second thought, shame.
Shame.
This is my inner monologue.
Shame.
Yeah. Secondly, I've never understood a friggin' word Donald Duck has ever said, and I never will, and he is my least favorite cartoon
and
character.
Yes, I know you can do a Donald Duck impersonation. Everybody can, and nobody can understand you either.
And I don't want to hear it. Point number 3. Sean, if you can dig up that groovy track by the Dalai Lama, we got to play some more of that. Every time I hear it, I want to hear more of it.
That song, yeah, he's got a new album out.
And third, he actually does. Fourth, the saving the little squirrel. That was a girl trying to save a squirrel in a wading pool and then screeching when it ran up her arm or jumped in her face or chewed out her eyes, or I don't even remember. It's something like that. But I was on the golf course yesterday, and I was just rolling up to one of the tees there, and I see just big motion out of the corner of my eye. I turn, and a gigantic California golden eagle, which you don't see much.
Wow.
Enormous, swooping down with its talons, is gonna kill a squirrel. But the squirrel escaped and got away.
Wow.
And the eagle, woof, 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 like a pterodactyl, flew off again. And then it's funny, the squirrel emerged and he gets back up on a rock and he's looking around. And I'm thinking, squirrel, I'd stay underground for a little bit. I mean, there's danger in here, but it was an astounding thing to see. Those birds are so big. Amazing. And I imagine if they got their talons around your neck, you're in a bad way. Thank you, Michael. Well done.
Oh, God. That was funny.
Had that one at arm's reach, did you?
Yeah.
That may be Michael's favorite clip.
Had that one ready to go, did you?
Been waiting for about 2 years now.
Finally, your moment came. I'm happy for you, Michael.